Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course welcome back to our little starting fortress, now with customised extremely creepy flags, with my lovely little profile picture, which I actually forgot had that little pin in its head, in its hat for Nurgle, little Nurgle pin. How sweet. Okay, so you may have already saw, but an enemy is at our door. We now have a customised engine that's nowhere near complete because I ran out of metal, but is on its way to being complete. We have the flags, we now have very weak shields, only strength 2, which the engine can keep up with, and I've just literally accidentally destroyed this upon testing if it was indeed symmetrical, which it was, other than a single block here, which wasn't the exact same on the other side, which it is now, by the way, because I fixed it. So yeah, I'll be changing that probably to just a simple square later on anyhow, because I was going to change it when I was going to move it up, so it doesn't really matter too much. We've just got a dead spin block here, so you know what? Spin dear heart's content. Ooh, that's really creepy because I forgot I was actually on that, so it's... Ooh, okay, cool. So anyway, the enemy is at our door, and currently we do have all the lovely, hopefully we have enough to defend against them. There is lots of them on their way, and we have things such as missiles, we have the cannon, and yes, that was a Steam sound because I am really that silly, I've accidentally left Steam on. Thankfully not the notification pop-up at least, so I'll turn that off in the next cut. But yep, there's lots of enemies coming our way, and I hope I have enough to protect it. I've continued with the armouring up, I've done everything I could, and I've made a double-size list. And yes, I know you don't need this at the top, I just think the crystal farms at the top make a really cool looking structure, my opinion. So, back in a second, when the fight begins. I'm actually rather scared. Well, here we go, we can't cower in fear any longer. The battle begins. So, oh my lord, another attack coming straight afterwards, even stronger than before. We really need to start armouring up a little bit better. Apparently 50% extra difficulty is definitely difficulty. I have no idea what the Drake is, but it sounds rather scary. I'm going to be spawning in him as well, because I'm trying to get him into combat, just as a distraction vehicle. Oops, a daisy, we haven't got any more time left. Well then, let's begin. Begin battle. Warning, I'm too high. Okay, there you go, you're lower now. Oh, that's a bad start since the shield's going to be off. Our cannon is extremely long range, but that may have messed up the controls a little bit. The audio is also a bit higher now, so hopefully the music catches. That's the Drake. We're missing every shot, but I'm hoping that's just purely because I was moving. Oh, cool. I must say, there's a rather cool looking vessel. Oh, we hit it. We actually hit it with something. We haven't already lost our missile system now, but we haven't fired yet. Why is the missile system not firing? What is wrong with our missile system? Something's wrong with our missile system, and this is a bad time to learn it. Why is it not functioning? Controlling one weapons? You're controlling, so why are you not firing? Well, I have no idea why it's not firing. Manual fire! So I'm just here healing and trying to figure out why this thing isn't actually controlling one weapon. That's exactly what it should be doing, which is this. I'm not controlling, and that's all connected, yes? It's connected to the mainframe. I don't know why that wasn't firing then. I should have been able to fire much earlier than it did. We've took out a couple of enemies. We have took a lot of damage in the return fire, but we are doing okay. Our shields are actually holding up pretty well, considering I thought it wasn't going to hold up at all. Fire the next volley. Oh, that was a bad time to learn one of our weapon systems wasn't even functioning. Oh, I died. That's fine. We'll just load. We'll just spawn back in. Thankfully, it does have a spawning beacon, so I can spawn back in combat. Whee! I like how they've made it faster now when in combat. It used to be really, really slow. Like much. I mean, it's still quite pretty slow, but it used to be a lot slower. It's good for me because I can stand here and heal. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to control. I wasn't controlling the missiles before. I mean, I made sure of it when I figured out it wasn't firing. But now I will fire them manually again. Oh, we just got hit right in the missiles. I think we've lost them completely now. Yep. It's actually okay, so it's this little... Oh, it's a little antlion. Oh, it's going to be hit by a missile. Thank you, missile. Oh, we've run out of ammo in that. We're still repairing. We're okay. Our engines are standing up, and the shield's now back. Noticing a big gap in the middle there, which isn't very good. No, oh, nowhere near repaired yet. A very close battle again. But I think the Fortress main gun should be able to finish it off. Yeah, definitely. Well done, main gun. The unsung constant hero of our team. Which is now firing at... Oh, that'll go over there. Okay. We've got some resource from that, thankfully, because we are on 0.1, so we've still got quite a bit back. We could have tried to capture them, but honestly, with our kind of weapons and everything, I couldn't abandon ship. I'm needed for healing. And apparently firing the missiles. Why on earth did that not fire? Battle finished. Oh my lord. I think, would it be faster for me to despawn this and do the auto repair? I probably would. Okay, so that's coming from the same way, so I may as well stay in the same place I was. Okay, fully healed. Let's figure out what on earth was wrong with our missiles. Yes, I know our engine's failing because we've got really powerful shields, and I keep on spawning myself too high because I'm a dim-dim. An anti-missile system might do us a big... Oop, a bit too low there. Let's not quite dunk ourselves into the water, shall we? Okay, so why on earth are you not firing? You are connected to the controller, obviously. There's the controller, and then there's the local weapon controller. What's causing that to not be able to... So zero weapons can aim at current targets, that's fine. Because obviously right now we have none. And that's what the problem was afterwards. It was saying that it cannot aim at current targets. Now, it should be able to, oops, did not mean to do that. There we are. So look at the weapon controller. That's the fail-safe. But please actually have a look at the actual weapon controller, please. Okay, required accuracy 0. So just fire when you can. Perhaps it's something like... I mean, required accuracy 45 degrees. There's a good chance that might have been it. I'm not sure, because I've had that before, and that's been fine. Repair bot there. What else could have been the weirdness? Failsafe. Ah, perhaps it's because it's surrounded by blocks like that. The failsafe is unsure if it can actually fire. Now, I don't actually need a failsafe really there, to be honest. No minimum, no maximum, no min, no max, no min, no max, no min, no max. So that should be better. Okay, so maybe that was it. Perhaps one of those two things were it, and hopefully this time we can actually fire. So the enemy are at our door, and we have some spare metal. So we need to improve our engine. So let's continue with the engine work very briefly. I can't remember where I was now. Oh yeah, I was adding the fuel tanks to the top section here. Didn't mean to do that, got to be honest. And now I forgot the pattern I was doing. Oh, I kind of remembered the pattern, now I've completely forgot it. Just for now. That wasn't it, was it? No, it was... Did I put these down here? I think I did. Probably making some mistakes there. Exhausts can only be added to cylinders, and they're just not... They're more efficient, but I find they're not as good. Thankfully, how this is laid out, basically, everything's connected to each other, which is kind of awesome. So all the carburetors are currently taken over from this one, so I could... If this is the end, I could add 2 superchargers. Less efficient, but certainly more powerful. I guess I can extend it a little bit now. So, crankshaft... Oh, looking that way, please. Thank you. Crankshaft, and it's a... cylinder here. No, it's cylinder already, so cylinder here. Then we have the carburetors as many places as we can, because that's just how it works. Then we add the fuel tanks like this, which is how it works. Oh wait, no, these two I generally have superchargers, don't I? Which of course just basically increase the output. The superchargers, it's all... I can't remember exactly why I do it this way. It's been a while since I learned. This is how I made the Ecolyze engine so darn powerful. I'm sure there's better ways, as I don't profess to be particularly good at this particular kind of thing. I'm not really good with the whole engine mechanics. I basically memorized one pattern and I've been using that pattern ever since. Is it a good pattern? I haven't got a clue. Is it a pattern that's better than the standard? Yes. Is that good enough for me? Yes. And of course, as we go, the engine gets more and more powerful. Oops, there's it. There, yep. And then superchargers. Basically, each piece is amplified by each piece behind it, so the longer you have the engine, the more powerful it is. Essentially is how it works. If I'm being correct here. Which I think I am. That's one part I think I do know. I'm just kind of going until I feel that I should stop. Which could be any time now. And the enemies are probably... Yep, yeah, there's no point even doing this line here. Probably add a bit of metal reinforcement in front of the missiles, which keeps getting blasted because they're not protected by the shields. Or even just some more wooden reinforcement, honestly. We've certainly got the engine power now. Actually, speaking of that, perhaps we could do that. We could shove some of that engine power, for now at least, into making this a strength 4. It's double... No, not a strength 10, a strength 4. I know you're stupid when you... I have to highlight this, because I always forget. 4. Oh, my lord, 1,500 power usage. I really need some spare metal. Okay, so 3 for you, and then 3 for you as well. There we go. Okay, so now we're a little bit stronger than they were, which is a good thing. But now I do have a lot of spare material, and it seems like this always gets damaged from the front, which is understandable since the front is pretty much just wood, and then it has this big gap in here because I kind of wanted it there. So we're going to add this as if it was a reinforcement beam, and that's pretty much exactly what it's doing. And then I've just got to wait and get more stuff. The next thing I do need is a laser defense system, and then perhaps some more aggressives. I would love an actual turret. Okay, so back in a second when something happens. Oh, they've changed their course. Okay, so what we're going to do is face this way instead. And then that way my guns are facing like that, and back in a second again. Well, battle is just about to be forced on us, so what I'm going to do very, very quickly is just try to add some metal beams to the front, with the express purpose of simply being metal beams which have been added to the front. Hopefully this time the missile system will work as well, which will be freaking awesome if that is the case. So colour picker, let's go with our fleet main. If it's going to be here, may as well make it a lovely puke green, which is our lovely colour because, well, we worship the grandfather Nurgle, and it's all this lovely disease. Hence the rotting wood colour of the dark grey, and then the puke green highlights, and our glorious flag, which is probably enough to make anyone puke anyway. Oh dear. Not just yet, thank you. Okay, let's just start this fight then. Okay, so battle begins. I just had a very quick cut there to get myself a drink. Ugh. Not looking forward to this, to be honest, as well. The 30 was quite horrific, so... Probably be good if I was actually on board the ship. Hey, the missiles are firing this time. Fantastic. So one of those issues I highlighted was indeed the issue which had to be fixed. Thankfully, the missiles, honestly, will do a lot of work for us here. Oh, the turret destroyed that because of its long range. It seems to be a lot slower when it first comes up, and because we weren't moving up and down this time, they weren't randomly missing. The missiles also doing, again, a lot of work. They're small, but actually really good for their size, it seems. I do love the fragments, even if some of them will miss against fast targets. They're just so good against the smaller, slow targets like that. As you can see, they're just crushing it, which is fantastic. The torpedoes are out this time, and against the flyer, believe it or not, and there they go, hitting the target. Now, some people did comment that using the pellets, the fragments, underwater is a bad idea because the fragments are slowed down. That is only true if you're using the proximity ones, as because these basically explode upon contact. The distance from the explosion and the metal source, or the enemy source, the metal source, basically the enemy is minimal at best. Oh, that hill worked to our advantage this fight so much. Well done, missiles. Early game, missiles are king. Late game, missiles not so much, but still. A very, very convincing victory, particularly compared with the first fight. And I think that's because, well, like I say, the hill worked to our advantage greatly, and because of the accuracy this time of the start, rather than the absolute inaccuracy of last time, we had a much better time. So, soon it'll be time to extend our reach and actually go for the next resource zone. But right now, I think we should capitalise on our victory, reinforce further, and wait for the next wave, and defeat them with the defence and defiance we have shown so far. Perhaps it's our flag leading us to victory. Inverted me, regular me. Ah, look at that Lathian flag going. I really need like a proper flag though, that's the problem. I mean, just waving my glorious profile picture in its lovely scientific nurgly glory with plague ink in the background probably isn't quite as recognisable. Well, maybe it's recognisable, but easy to copy. Probably shouldn't have these two explosive things right here as well. Probably shouldn't shoot the explosive things. Blunderbuss. Anyway, do these things still reflect if you shoot behind them? No, there's changed back. Excellent. Okay, so resources, resources, resources. Have we got enough resources to start a very small laser defense system? And I think the answer is probably. I think it's actually yes, and I think where I'm going to put it is where this currently is now, and attach it to the main piece here, so that the laser defense sections come out the back. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I love this section here, but I just don't like it as much. Also, we really should start having some generators and electric batteries as a storage facility kind of thing for energy. I have been mentioned that by a commenter who sent me to a very useful link, so thank you very much for that. I will be looking into that in the future. Goodbye, wood. I need your resources anyway. I hate that wood floats, because now I've got to kind of wait for it to go away. Like, please leave. Okay, so for now, as always, let's use the wood as the actual building. Okay, I won't do mirror mode just because I'm not sure how big I actually want this. It doesn't actually need to be too big, there's the thing. The size of this can be quite small because laser systems don't actually need massive systems to actually function with them. Now, I'm not sure if they actually need strength increases either. I'm not too sure about that because my laser defenses, every laser defense I've made so far, literally just branches from a laser weapon elsewhere. So what I've done is it already has all the strength increases, you know, the armor piercing and damage. I don't know if that's actually needed. Or is it just like a disruption thing? Although I kind of also want to do the missile disrupting missiles, because that looks rather awesome too. So there's a lot of things I want to do, but for now I think we need a really, really cheap, simple laser defense against that, so that now we have some defense against pretty much anything, which would be fantastic. And let's just make it so this hole goes away. Could have done that with beams, really should have done that with beams. I'll replace it later. Oh, but I thought I already filled this section. Gosh darn it. There, okay. So, let's see, lasers. We could just have it, if we're only going to have one for now, because how small it is, we could just have it attached to the roof, which means we wouldn't need to have all the extra pieces like the laser transceivers and stuff if we simply attach the multi-purpose laser that way. Probably actually be best. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So let's mirror it here. I'm going to have it in the corner over yonder. Yeah, that's okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, wrong colour, I've just realised. Oh, we've not been using our lovely plaguey colours, so colour replace mode. We've got to fix this, we can't leave that as it is. That would be absolute heresy. And Nurgle heresy. 40k fans will kind of get the very, very bad pun there. Even though it should be heresy, I guess, but still, who cares? Just freaking paint everything greyish. And it is all greyish. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the map. So for once, there is no enemy coming towards us, which is a lovely sight indeed. Okay, metal block, metal beam. Oh, I should have measured this beforehand. That would have looked probably better if that goes... Oh, it doesn't go straight across. Well, that's just annoying now, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't even go across like that. Well, this bit does. Oh, that would have... Oh, that's terrible. Thankfully, metal hides a lot better than... some of the others do. So how are we going to do it then? So let's have it like this. Then we have the laser. We have the multi-purpose laser shoved like this. We'll defend it all properly later, but for now I kind of just want it like this. Then we want the single laser couple again. This is going to be a very small laser Q switches. I find the Q switch version does a little bit better than the standard. At least that's my experience. Again, could be wrong. And then I have absolutely no idea whether or not we do need the extra strength, the doublers and destabilizers for this particular thing. So what I'm probably going to do, let's have it sort of face that way, is just have a couple of them at the end. Again, we can't really afford too much anyway, so it's not like it's going to be a big deal. So we simply don't have the power for it, so actually, I don't think I've got enough power for that. So just have 2 of each, and if it does help it, it does. If it doesn't, then we're wasting a bit of engine power. I'll fix it off camera, and I will be Googling it afterwards, so I'm sure a lot of you will be yelling at me if I've done it wrong, but I will find out myself, so thank you for the, I'm sure, very polite comments about how that is done. I will say, this is the kind of game which really splits commenters, because you get the lovely, polite people who I adore, which is the vast majority of you. I am very thankful to say I've got a very, very kind subscriber base, which are very polite and simply give me ways to improve myself, and I am very thankful. Then there is the odd one that's like, I almost killed 5 kittens, 2 puppies, and an iguana when you made that block asymmetrical. And I find that I play a lot of games like this, and it's a bizarre experience reading the comment section afterwards, and I do love you all. Oh my lord, I've run out of metal. Is it metal? Oh, I did not realise that was so expensive, my lord. How's that 100 of each? Jeez. Anything coming? No? Good. Well, in that case I can wait for a bit longer, but still! My lord, that is a horrific sight. That really is actually rather horrific. Jeez. Well, I guess let's make the wood. We've got some natural resource left we can use, I guess. Jeez, though. Actually, let's do this. Yay! The lazy man's way. It's totally protected if it's wooden protection. Nothing can, damage that, and I'll add spikes to the side of it, probably. Oh, and of course... Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll eventually replace these with metal, and then, extend the metal rivets up here, which will be... why do blocks occasionally do that? Because there actually isn't a block there, it's just done that for some reason. Okay, so back in a second, I'm just going to skip ahead so we get some more resource. Well, there is a strength 38 heading towards us, thankfully from the same angle from the last attack. We should be able to survive this. Again, it depends on the makeup of their fleet, of course. Vastly alters our survival chances. Now, I'm going to have to change this to actually have a range right now. Thank you. Your effect range should be somewhere. Effect range 2. Because I'm actually going to add a spinner in a second, which is going to be one of my amusing spinners, which I like. So anyway, let's do that first actually. So, new object please. I would like a spin block, and I would like a precision spin block, if that's okay with you. And I would like to put this particular precision spin... Oh wait, no, I've already made it before, haven't I? It's a... Oh lord, which one of these is it? Oh my lord, I can't remember. Oh, that's it, simple detector. That little crappy thing. Boom! Look! It's a spin block that spins, and it's got all the basic elements we need to attach it to the AI so that we can, so that the laser defense system can actually work. Okay, so for now, no limit. Actually affect the other one as well, please. There we go. Oh, I am someone who is amused far, far too easily. Is that truly a bad thing? Possibly. Will I consider it a bad thing? No. Oh, I'm not editing the turret slash spin. I thought it was. Oh, actually, yeah, of course I'll be spinning, wouldn't I? I'll call this it's like a boil now. There you go. That'll just move around by itself for all eternity, and slowly. And I'm hoping that actually, see, I've never actually tested this works on its own. It should do, and now it should be able to find everything. Boop. I love the blunderbuss. Okay, so back to what I was doing here. Oh, I don't want to fall. Laser defense system. Oh, we wanted it to be... well, at least we can make it the prettier green. Did I just delete the wrong block? Connector, you can now be green. Laser defense system, you're now green. I pressed replace though, but I guess I didn't have the resource until I destroyed it. Oh, I want them facing up, so I've got the complete bulb. I wanted the bulb. Bulb. I don't know why, but I find that bulbs are quite an odd word. And yes, it is quite late at night, if in case you were wondering. There we are, so we've got a very basic laser defense tower, we've got our cannon, we've got everything else. We can still walk down there, I think. Yet the boardwalk is actually better than ever now, that's been removed. It's got a wall there as well, and I still need to include a staircase. I also need to actually, I'm going to quickly save the game, and then I'm going to change my avatars. I want to, actually no, I won't do that yet. I'll do that when I'm making a actual walkway. Okay, so back in a second. Hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more before the enemy actually gets to us. Actually, by the looks of it, we can now make the next missile... That's the AI, isn't it? Yes, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I can now make the next one of these. Hurrah. There we go. That's odd in every single way. Back in a second. Okay, the enemy are getting here, and a name I do recognise. The Moray is upon them. The Moray, the urchin, and the sledge. The sledge and the Moray, I know what they are, and I'm kind of scared of the Moray. I have no idea what the urchin is, however, so that's going to be a bit of an experience. Yep, may as well start the fight. And just begin, I suppose. Best of luck to our humble fighting fleet. Fleet, our humble fighting home. So there's the Moray. Large, in charge, and with cannons which really do scare me. Thankfully my cannons, oh, and laser defense I didn't even realise it had. Thankfully since they are fragmentation they still do something even if they don't quite hit the mark. One of the, not amazing bonuses, but one bonus of the fragmentation warheads. Oh, going down I think. Excellent. And again, I could be trying to capture the fleets and I do understand this. However, I prefer to stay on board for healing and it just feels more right. There's been a large explosion on the enemy ship. Thank the Lord it's not ours. How's our ship hanging up, Captain? Which is me. Shields are doing a fantastic job. Our little fortress, after such a rocky start today, is really growing. Also, the torpedoes should be reaching their mark fairly soon. The torpedoes have actually been remarkably effective at finishing things. Oh, and by the way, I did notice in the last video I accidentally put the friend or foes on the, what do you call them, the wrong thing. They should have been on the missile itself, the missile controller itself. I accidentally put them on the weapon controller, so I have moved those. I do apologise for the silliness in that. I must say, I am falling in love with these missiles. Short-range missiles. Adore them. Oh, we have run out of ammo, so I'm using it. Okay, I'm actually going to stop us now. Turn off. Oh, I could scrap it. I don't want to, though. I could have it as our own. I could send it against them. Yeah, okay, turn it off. We're going to retrofit this thing and steal it. Excuse me! Now the slow swim to the enemy. Okay, I'm leaving it, but with its defense capabilities, its own healing capabilities amongst its impressive missile barrage. Sadly, no missiles were shot against us, so I couldn't test it. Oh no, it's on 2 damaged! No, it's going to blow before I get there, I think. I decided too late, and I am being punished for my indecision. Ah. Okay, destroy the last one. I only wanted that one because of its kind of flying nature, and I thought I could change it in some other way. Excellent. Okay, at this point, I do notice I'm getting a bit too much resource from this, and I have decided anyway, I was kind of fighting with it in that last cut, I am going to... Why is that a max? Did I change it to max while I was testing? Oh my lord, no, I was doing that with... Okay, to punish myself for that, I honestly was not aware of that. That is completely my mistake. I was thinking I was getting far too much there. We're going to have that on 0 anyway. I was just about to say, I was thinking about changing it back. I don't know why that's changed that. All the other settings... No, this has changed back as well. Why has that happened? Is that because I loaded another... Does anyone know why this can reset? I'll have to check it from now on every time I come on, obviously, but thankfully these attacks were clearly made in the higher difficulty because they were made, but that does mean right now we're going to have a bit of a dry spell, most likely, of enemies. Oh, that has annoyed me. Now, do I reset? No, I won't reset because I've just recorded all this, and that would be silly because things change. It was still a difficult process, and it was only for 30 minutes of playtime. They were in the wrong settings. It won't really change things overall, but still remarkably annoying, considering that was the whole point of this playthrough. And I'm trying to think of what I can do. I know what I can do. I know exactly what I can do to make this up to myself. Because it's annoyed me probably more than it's annoyed you, honestly. Because this is really, I will have to say, it pissed me off. Excuse me, Mr. You there. I'm going to be giving you a couple of thousand of these until I'm completely bone dry. There we go. Enjoy. So of course now my resources have gone down by quite a bit. Scrap I'm actually remarkably high of as well, so... Who was it I just bribed to diplomacy, and you. Sadly, you can't insult someone. Oh, I could just feed you. There you go. I'll give it back to you then. That'll make it. That's a much better idea. Why didn't I do that? There you go. You can have all this scrap. Enjoy this scrap. Some people are now suspicious with me, which is not good, but there we are. Would you also like a little bit of metal? Here's some metal, and here's some natural, and here's a bit of oil, here's some crystal, and then I'm going to insult you to make that a completely pointless thing. There we go, it's been undone in my eyes. I've completely stripped myself of resources as a punishment for being absolutely stupid and getting 10 times more resource from the kills than I thought I was getting, and then having a difficulty much lower, thus now leading to a bit of a dry spell of enemies because their growth factor is, well, 50% slower. So, thank you so much for watching from a very annoyed Lathrix. Next time I'll be ensuring that doesn't change for whatever reason, and we will continue from where we left off, which is actually quite a strong point. Very soon, I think it's about time we change our ship, or make a brand new ship, able to defeat the first resource area, and of course defend it as well. So I've got two options there. We can either make an extremely fast vessel with resource gatherers that can destroy the first enemy resource gatherer, which is remarkably weak, honestly, and take it over, then be able to run back home every time an enemy attacks, or we attack it and then stay there to defend it with a quite defensive ship with more defense than offense, able to weather the storm of multiple opponents, or probably both. And all whilst, of course, surviving the onslaught of the Deepwater Guard. So far, very, very happy with my my little fortress here. I'll be continuing to upgrade it as we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's episode, and of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you, and goodbye.